What's up, folks? Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, and we are live. And once again, no one told me to hit the record button, but that's okay.
I was just about to say it.
I remember this time, and this is
not Moose, a.k.a. Big House today.
This is that's true.
I know you forgot your name. I mean, you just set it up and forgot your name.
I forgot my name. It's Moose Cannon. It's Moose Cannon today, folks. I am in the house. Hey,
wilding out.
I'm not going to talk about those people. I'm a little nervous about this whole thing because, like, I don't want Viacom to fire me. You know, I guess I don't work for them, do it, so I'm not worried about it. All right, hey, this is Moose Cannon, man. We're up in the Heavy Hitters Radio Show. The name of the show today is called Charlie Foxtrot, but it's the Happy Show. Man, the last 2 weeks, the last month probably, we've been on Jeezy, what do you say? I'm sorry, Yeezy, Jeezy, what do you say?
Last month, we was Vice TV.
Yeah. We talked about everything that was scary and sad and mad and everything. But now, today we're going to have fun. We're going to get back to the Heavy Hitters foray for tonight. Hey, that voice you heard, man, that was the one, the only, Yeezy, Jeezy. What's happening?
Oh, man, life was good, man. You know, I ain't going to tell them all they mad sway, but I'm hanging in there.
Hey, I tell you what, if I was Dave, if I was Moose Chappelle, I would have flew to Wyoming to see you today myself. That's all I'm saying. I would have done that for Sheezy. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Drake, just know, man. If I don't show up next week, Drake got me, yo.
This is so crazy. Hey, I tell you what, man. We got the lady of the house, and she's. Listen, guys, you gotta be smart about this. She is run. Yay!
Damn!
Yes, everything about that made me so happy. Happy Tuesday, man! I can't wait for tonight's show. I feel like it's going to be our sprinkling of normalcy in this whole Charlie Foxtrot that is.
For shizzle.
Like that.
For shizzle.
I get it now. I get Charlie Foxtrot now.
Good. I'm so glad.
Dang. Welcome to the show. You know, we've been talking.
Send me a text and help me understand.
Oh, I got you.
Hey, I tell you what, hey, that voice you just heard, man, that was DJ 808s and Heartbreak. Yes.
Yo, I'm back. What's happening, y'all? It's good to be here tonight. Listen, I can't wait to get into everything that we're going to talk about tonight. I do want to let y'all know I'm super excited for the Brews reviews. As I said a couple weeks ago, I'm going to be reviewing vinyl every episode, you know, going forward till I run out. So I got a classic album. And not only did I get to review that, but I also found a documentary related to the album I'm going to review tonight. And just out the gate, before we even get started, I won't tell you what the album is. Album documentary, Zero Bros.
I'm excited, man, because you know what's funny? I got an album to brew review as well, so we got in the same boat this week.
All right. Hey, I tell you what, so, you know, hey, guys, like, you know, here in the last few weeks, we've had special guests, so I invited some folks again tonight, but they're going to just have fun with us. Some people are not even going to talk. Maybe they're going to just listen, have a good time, but I invited the one and only Jeff Moeller, man. He's the high chief priest monkey muck of Special Olympics Indiana. He's really the CEO, but I give him all kind of weird names because I think it's funny. But he's here, and we're going to have a. He and I have been on some Zooms, man. I think we might be about this much famous, but right? Yeah, look.
Hey, we were on across the country today.
That's what I'm saying, man. We about this much famous, you and I. So he and I, we're gonna have a discussion, and I want y'all to hear about this. I want y'all to hear this concept that he threw at me today because I think it's cool. And then we got my man Jay Peasy on here. He's up in here, man. He's a firefighter here in Indianapolis, and he's a cool dude. Like you know what? I'm gonna say it on the air, man, in front of everybody. I got like a bromance with this dude, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I invited him. That's how it goes. I like him a lot, man.
Yo, we're not in semi-shelf territory, are we?
What's that?
We're not in semi-chub territory, are
No, none of that. Like, none of that. I just like, the dude got a good spirit, man. You know, if you meet a guy and got a good spirit, this dude got a good spirit, man. So that's what I like about him. So I invited him.
Moose, your other man crush looked kind of jealous on that comment there. You got the death glare. I saw it.
Because he's in third place. He's mad about it. Jeff's mad about it because he's in third place.
I'm wondering what I need to do to move up the list.
Whoa.
And my other one is a baseball coach I randomly talked to at this baseball event, but he was so smart. I was like, man, I like that guy. So anyway, so he's another guy. And then we got Colorado in here, man, and the Young Seas. I was also visiting. Hey, Bridge Radio Show, man, y'all listening? Man, I am so glad you guys are here tonight. We're back just to being ourselves. So Guess what? I am not freshly showered. Like, I took a shower this morning, but I have not taken one but right before the show, which makes me a little bit sad, but it happens sometime, right? It goes down like that. And next, I want to tell y'all something, man. Breonna Taylor's police, they have still not pressed charges against them cats, man. So we haven't heard anything about that. All right, so going forward, let's get to you guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, DJ 808s at Heartbreak, what are we going to talk about tonight? What are the main things we do tonight, man?
I mean, we're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about news. We're definitely going to talk about what we can in relation to sports. We'll also talk about music. Pretty much everything's going on. We've got our segments. Tell me why you mad, some rules and reviews. There could be a random game show. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
who knows?
Regardless, if you're tuned in for a fun-filled night with good conversation.
For Sheezy. Hey, Jeezy. And I want to make sure I get this right. Jeezy.
It's not weed, by the way. This is a Macadono. As everybody know, this ain't weed.
I can't hold that same standard.
This is a Macadono.
To go in here,
Lancero rap.
Hey man, never mind. You cannot pronounce it because you suffer from black mouth, man. Hey, so real quick.
I'm puffing on the Middletons.
Hey, real quick. So we got Jeffy on here, and I want to get in this conversation we had, man, real quick. So in Bolivia, right? And I'm gonna kind of frame it, and I'm gonna let Jeff go with it, and I want you guys to comment on it. But in Bolivia, man, they are trying out a new election technique. Now you know how one of our hashtags was Powerball Democracy. So what they're doing is they are, instead of like people like putting signs up and politicking for positions, dog, you putting your name in a hat, they mixing it up. And they drawing out, and this guy's the president, this guy's the vice, this guy's the secretary, this guy's the... Now, wait, it's in schools.
That's school government.
It's in school government right now.
It's not the national government just yet.
Smokes.
All right, Jeffy boy, tell us about it, man.
So the concept here is it's an American that's gone down to Bolivia trying to make a difference, and he learned down there, so it's really started in Bolivia. But it's kind of a democratic lottery. So what they're saying is, look at the election that we're facing in November. Are we saying that that's the best we can do here in America, these two guys? They realize that there's a lot more people who'd want to be president, but they just don't want to run for president. And they don't want to go through the scrutiny. They don't want to have to fundraise, and they don't want to put themselves out there. So in these schools in Bolivia, the same thing applies, that if you have to run for election, only the popular kids run for student government. The quiet kids don't run, or the kids that aren't so popular. And popularity and how extroverted you are and all that stuff is not a good measure if you're going to be a good leader or not. So what they do is, they say, any student, if you want to be part of student government, let us know. We'll put your name in a hat, and we'll draw out however many slots there are, and it's a random draw. What they find is this. Student government is more diverse. Because it's not whoever has the greatest numbers selects who choose the president of the student government. So think about it. How many presidents have we had? All of them but one are white dudes. So you get more diverse. You get kids that are willing to talk about big things instead of just putting on popular dances. You got kids down there that are building a library for their school that's never had one before, or making sure that they have a new computer lab with new computers and they've never had that before. You get these students that actually care about what they're doing. Because instead of being popular, you got kids that actually can do something. And so then the thought is, what's that like here? What would that be like in a small town where it's by lottery? So they're finding out that your representation is actually true. Instead of being popularity contest, it's based upon probability. And it's more representative of your community. And so they're finding success there, and they're trying to bring it to student governments and certain schools here in America and see how it goes.
I'm taking you very seriously.
I feel a little better about it.
Hey, I'm taking you very seriously, but I just saw your name. I saw your name on the side, and it made me chuckle. So I apologize. It says Monsignor, so it made me chuckle. All right, so Jeezy, what are your thoughts about that, man?
At first, I was like, there's the way you don't get every knucklehead out there, that's representing the school and all that kind of stuff. But then once he explained it, I kind of dig it. You know what I mean? Like I said, it gives more opportunity to those who, like I say, may not be the most popular, but have, some good ideas. I still think to be some kind of leader, you have to be some kind of, at least a little bit of an extrovert. Like, you have to, talk a little bit. You can't just be a Kawhi Leonard in the corner and be like, I'm leading by example. No, you got to give speeches, man. You got to stand in front of the crowd and you got to talk a little bit. Right, that laugh. But, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially for school. I mean, if you get you more representation, I think you'll have more guidelines as to who can put their name in a hat.
For what? What's the reason you want to put guidelines in there? We always trying to get away from that.
Dude. So you can end up with Yeezy Jeezy as your president. Dude.
So what you got right now, though, is for months and over a year, we've heard from the Democrats talking about how they need diversity within the ranks, right? So who do they end up with? A white dude. An old one.
Which was ridiculous.
70-something, too.
Yeah. It's
probably not the problem with the Democrats, they had 30 people up there, and you didn't like none of them. How don't like this 30 of y'all, none of y'all can capture my attention.
Well, you had Cory Booker. Hey, man, vote for me.
The only one I thought was halfway decent was Yang. The Yang was
you were part of the Yang gang.
But he got zero attention when it came to TV time. They're like, no, we're not having that. And then President Buttigieg, which I
was down for Mayor Pete.
But we all know in this country, we definitely not having we're not having a first man in the White House. That's not happening.
I don't understand.
So the two best dudes like Asian and a white gay dude. You we out. If Mayor Pete was straight, he'll be the nominee right now.
Here's all I'm saying. We had the brother, then we had the clown. We could have had the gay dude. It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect timing.
I told y'all 4 years ago.
They're not ready.
You remember? I said, man, why ain't vote for Ben Carson?
Man, come on.
Who's going to be Biden's VP?
I said Moose, 8 years of brother. 12 years of brother.
12 years of brother. It's not happening.
It's over with.
Hey, man, Ben Carson, he's real sleepy. He's real sleepy fella.
He's low energy.
Uncle Ben was not having it.
He would have lost his job right now because they're changing all that, right?
All that, yeah.
All right.
But going back to the 30 people up on the stage, though, Powerball Democracy would say there's a lot more people who'd be willing to serve as president. They just don't want to run for president.
So what you're saying is basically you get 30 representatives or 50 representatives from each state.
Whoever.
And if those who win their state get thrown into a hat and be like, all right, now just, you can win the presidency, but you got to win your state first. The state has to vote for you.
There's talk about a hybrid system in which, you whittle the names down. So what they would be saying, though, is those 30 people that you saw up on the stage, you put their names in the hat, you draw one, and there's your presidential nominee.
I'm with that. Because you know what? I kind of like that. I'm going to tell you why. So
what happened is, no matter what, did we think that we all knew that the white guy was gonna make it, right? Bernie Sanders is too far left. You knew it was going to be Biden. Didn't matter what he said. And look at half of what he says doesn't make sense anyway.
No. I would say what I think is a good idea is it keeps the Democratic side or any side from tearing each other apart just to get nominated. So I'm throwing all your dirt out there just to get nominated. Then I got to turn around and be like, oh yeah, we cool, by the way.
Yeah.
And you just gave your opponent in November all the dirt.
All the dirt he needs to go after you.
I don't know, guys. I like it.
I think it's a good idea, some type of hybrid. So you get the 30 people up there. You kind of narrow it down. But all right, is this what we agree on? Yeah. All right, then you go in a hat. Powerball
democracy.
So I heard someone say that they like Joe Biden. I'm just curious. Minus the 8 years as vice president, do you still like Joe Biden?
Oh, that's a good question.
We don't know nothing about him minus the 8 years as vice president.
I have done some research on what did he do. And
everything you want to bring up is like, in the 90s. Here's what I look at. When people bring up the stuff like the crime bills and all that kind of stuff he did in the 90s or whatever, like that was the time we was in. So we can't ignore the time that we was in when that stuff was popular. Like we didn't know at 3 Strikes You're Out with Bill Clinton. We all thought that was a great idea. In the 90s.
Most of us say he was the first black president.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In the 90s, it was like, oh, that's great. Hey, actually, 3 Strikes You're Out, but we didn't realize that that was for us. Yeah, we didn't
Who's that for? Oops.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff at the time. You gotta put things in context of time where we was at in the country. Like All in the Family could not be played on TV today. There is no way that show could exist today.
But I will say, like, the Trump thumpers want to bring up the fact that Biden has said, so in the 70s, he said that he didn't want his kids to go to school with black kids because it would be like a jungle. And to those people, I say Trump literally said something racist today because that's appropriate every single day. And then I just find whatever tweet it was. So that's the counter argument.
That's kind of hard to come back from.
I was recently told that Biden is so twisted that he should be in jail, to which I responded, please tell me how that's any different than what's currently happening. But I didn't get an answer to that.
You don't get to the point where it's like, is it better the devil you know than the devil you don't?
But see, why does it have to come to that?
That's the sad part.
We're supposedly this great nation, and these are the two best we got.
This is where we at.
I don't understand how these are the two best.
I have no idea. Like, I thought Warren might.
We all admit that they're not the best options, but they're the only ones that we've been given.
Correct.
And so then we're forced to make this devil choice, right?
I mean, think about this. Since I can remember, I can't remember an election where both candidates, you just like even with Hillary and Trump was like, you go back. I can remember what Dan Quayle ran against Bush Senior, right? If I remember right, it was Dan Quayle.
Well, Quayle was the vice president for Bush.
Did he run? Who did he run against? I know he spelled potato wrong, and that was like the end of him, if I'm not mistaken.
I got a question real quick. How do you spell potato?
Put an E on it.
Huh?
How do you spell potato? Do you put an E on it or not?
No. Only an E if it's a plural potato.
That's what I'm saying. Potatoes. I can eat potatoes.
Potatoes, there's an E. Potato, there is not an E.
Yeah, but didn't he misspell that or something like that? That was like the end of him.
Yeah, it was potato.
Right. So then when Bill Clinton ran, he ran against Dan Quayle. That's what it was. He ran against Quayle, and that was over with. So then we had Bush Jr. ran against, who did he run against?
Gore.
He ran against Gore, which Gore.
First time it was Gore.
It was Gore. We thought he was one. And the second time it was
John Kerry.
It was.
Okay, Clinton
but
ran.
like, yeah, those are two candidates. You like, okay, we can kind of see. And then you had Obama versus McCain, which McCain won he wasn't a whack job. It was the other. It was his vice president, and she was crazy. And then you had Mitt Romney again. Mitt Romney wasn't he wasn't like this. It's like you could still kind of get behind him. He was relatively young, charismatic, all that kind of stuff. But now all of a sudden, when Obama left, it was like we got your high school principal and Hillary, and like the billionaire off of like SpongeBob. You know, it's like, how did we get here?
What's up, D-Lo?
We got two incompetent. Like, we got these two people. Now it's like further getting worse. Now you get Hillary out of there. Now you got Trump, and then you got Biden. How did we get here in 8 years?
Just a minor correction. Clinton ran against Bush won, and then he ran against Bob Dole. I don't think Dan Quayle ever led the ticket.
Yeah, that's right. Because he said the potato thing. I remember that ruined him.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, guys? Guess what?
Early after Reagan.
Hey, guess what?
But yes.
Hey, how you doing, guys? This is Moose Cannon, and this is America's favorite show. It's the Random Game Show where everyone plays. Are you ready?
Yes.
The name of this show is What Show Couldn't Be on Television Now and Why? Are you ready?
I'm gonna be horrible at this.
That's like my favorite. For some reason, that's such a good song. Like, I typically play that in my car, like when I'm going somewhere, just because I enjoy that song so much. All right, so guys, hey, listen up. So we have, if you're watching on your screen, if you're doing it correctly, you have 3 rows. There are 9 of us here, if you're doing the math. And so I'm not playing, so that's okay. You all are playing against each other, and everybody gets an opportunity. I tell you what, Jeezy, what's your sound? Okay, perfect. That's perfect. What's your sound? Excuse me, a DJ 808s. I like it. And your sound, Jeffy Boy, or Monsignor. that's perfect, actually. The youngest seed, the youngest seed. What's your sound? The little seed.
Bing.
And you're the youngest one. You're supposed to be the most creative.
He's the most. He's like he's got the one from the 70s.
When did we become Ron AMC on the show?
All right.
It's like you and Ron switch places.
All right, Ron. What's your noise?
Slice, baby.
Okay. And JP's, are you playing?
Yeah.
What's your noise?
Hey.
Okay. All right, we got you. And it's funny because Colorado and Akers out. Oh yeah, we're playing the game. I'm out. All right, so right. All right, so here we go.
When you don't know the answer, you gotta use the bathroom for the teacher. Hey, use the restroom.
That's right.
All right, are you guys ready?
We're doing conditioning at practice.
Oh gosh, I'm like 7%. I gotta plug my computer in. All right, here we go. All right, Akers, what's your noise? All right, she's not playing. She's not even playing. Like she's like, I didn't watch TV. I was reading books. All right, here we go.
What books can be today?
All right, guys, how you doing? This is Moose, aka Big House, and the first question is: name a show that had children in it that would not play today. All right, go, Jeezy, go.
The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show could probably play today, except for what we know about Bill Cosby.
We call the Cosby Show.
The only reason we can't watch that was because of Bill Cosby. But you're right. I'll give that one to you. I'll give that one to you. Who has another thought? And DJ 808s and Heartbreak go.
8 is enough. I don't know that they had enough bedrooms in that house to support that many children.
Yes. Yes. Could you explain the premise of 8 is enough, please?
Yeah, I just remember it was a show involving a couple that had 8 children. I was pretty young when that show came on, so I don't remember exactly, but I do remember seeing it in syndication, and it looked like a nice house, but I just don't know if it was a 10-person nice house.
That's fair.
That's absolutely fair.
I feel like DCS was waiting to get involved with this. Like this was not ideal for raising 8 children.
You are totally correct, as a matter of fact. And back then, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh man, they got 3 bedrooms, 8 children plus 2 parents. It's cool. Like, no problem. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I tell you, the Parsons family, for that matter.
No.
And maybe the Brady Bunch. I don't know that they had enough rooms either. They might have. Alice, I think, lived there too.
Which is weird. And we all know that Greg, you know what Greg was doing to the mama and maybe Alice.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was the oldest son.
DCS would have been called several times. Little House on the Prairie, all of that.
Little House on the Prairie for sure.
We out here. What's going on?
All right, here we go. All right, here's the next question.
Roaming the neighborhoods.
Good job. Here we go. And the next question is, name a show that featured neighbors that could not be shown today.
Slice Baby.
All right. Run Yay MC.
What's that one called with George Jefferson? That one.
The Jeffersons?
This is Jeffersons.
Jeffersons?
I know, but you guys, all of this is way before my time.
Oh.
My time shows were fine. They could still be played. That was the 90s. Like, we can still play most of those.
No.
So judges, could the Jeffersons be shown today?
The Jeffersons?
Yes.
No.
It
would not fly today.
Because Colorado?
It's just different times, right? Different times, you know what I'm saying, with Wheezy and what was the lady's name that the help they had? Florence. Man, stuff don't run like that no more, man. It's just way different.
The feminists would have shut down George immediately.
Hey, can I tell you that the computer dude at my 40 today told me a story of how he moved to California from Columbus, Indiana, and he was walking in school like this because his dad loved the Jeffersons, and he got beat up by 2 brothers on his first day in school in California, and he didn't understand why. And then when they said it, quit walking like that, he's like, I love George Jefferson. They're like, oh, okay. And then he was cool with him after that.
I got another show, The Honeymooners, spousal abuse. He punched Alice to the moon every episode.
That's a good one.
I mean, come on, bang zoom, Alice.
He literally put his fist on her face like, to the moon, Alice.
Yeah, that's no way. No way. What's that one group we always talk about? When I can't think of the name of them now. I for some reason, Black Lives Matter stuck in my head, but it's the other one before that with the ladies.
Me Too.
Yes.
Me Too.
Me Too would have been all over. What's his name?
All
Can
over
I change my answer?
Yes,
by
please.
the way,
Please.
a better one.
Please.
Three's Company.
Oh, man, you can't do that.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I think that's not.
Because part of the premise is Jack Tripper's gay.
Yeah, you can't pretend to be gay.
He just faking.
He's faking
right.
to be gay to live with the ladies. You can live with ladies, and remember back in he couldn't live there with them because of Furley, Mr. Furley.
Mr. Furley.
And the Ropers.
Because you can't play like you gay.
You got to be gay or not.
And they call them sugar bums, and they use a lot of words that was like, yeah, we're not doing that today.
You know, hey, speaking of that, can I just say that I really enjoy the rainbow, right? I am not gay. Like, I am a heterosexual male. Matter of fact, I'm a strict vegetarian, but I want the rainbow back. I want to enjoy the rainbow without anybody passing judgment on me.
Lucky Charms.
I just want to display it in my front yard and people go, oh, that's Moose Cannon. Not, that's Moose Cannon. I don't want that.
Moose Cannon, just like you went to the University of Ohio. I mean, University of Hawaii.
There you go.
Do it, man. See what happens.
I mean, we can get you a flagpole and
get you a flag with the
things out.
This whole thing just turned weird. Flagpole, fly, it just got weird on me.
No,
I
you
never
can
thought I'd
fly
hear
the flag,
you say.
man. Fly your rainbow flag. It makes you look like a patriot, and you get to reclaim your rainbow. I'm not going to look at you different.
You shouldn't.
I'm not sure I ever thought I'd hear or Moose say, I want my rainbow back.
Yeah, I like the rainbow.
I think if you do a rainbow flag and a Black Lives Matter flag, then it just looks like you are searching for equality for all. Like you're down for the cause.
But maybe he's just down with reading Rainbow. I don't know.
But reading Rainbow's way cooler.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should get like a police flag. You know what? I can bring all this together. If I get the police flag, the rainbow, Black Lives Matter thing, like a little thing in my yard, I can bring everybody together, don't you think?
Yeah, you just can't have the Black Lives Matter and the police flag side by side.
I'm doing it. And you know what? And I watched
one of the flags might get knocked down.
All I'm saying is,
soften it up and put the rainbow in between them.
But I'm a man of a certain age. I'm a man of a certain age. Like I will say it on here, and people can see my face and they can hear me. I love the Dukes of Hazzard, and they for sure had the flag all on the car, man.
Flag, yeah. But again, it was a different time, and we didn't know. We didn't know what it meant.
Somebody knew.
The masses. There was no internet for people. The majority of people had no idea what that flag meant.
So are you telling me down in South Carolina they didn't watch Dukes of Hazzard, but up here we didn't know?
Yeah, but they knew what it meant. But to them it means something. I live down south, man. To them that flag means something different than what it means to the northern people.
Yeah, the car was also the General Lee.
Yeah, so again, it was a lot of ignorant people back then. There was no internet, there was no Facebook for a bunch of people to send videos and explain what stuff means. Like, that means that. Like, we're talking about the show with Ole Miss. Nobody here knew what Ole Miss meant.
Right. All right.
Do they know what Ole Miss mean? You ever tell them that? What Ole Miss mean? University of Ole Miss?
No, we're not getting that. I got one more for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
We don't tell them what it means?
No, we're gonna move forward.
Not the middle of our game show.
Yes.
Hey guys, it's Moose Game Big House. It's the last question of our spontaneous game show. Name a show that had several cast members, but maybe you didn't hardly ever see a black cast member.
So many.
Holy cow! I miss who went first. All right. So who won?
I'm gonna say D-Lo. And this is why I just finished watching this, and I thought to myself, I think I might have called you and said this would never. It's probably one of the greatest shows ever come on TV. And I was like, they could not do this today. And that, my friend, is The Office. Episode 2 was diversity training. That was episode 2. And Michael Scott looked at the Mexican dude and was like, can you call yourself something less offensive than Mexican? He was like, it was dead serious. Like, is there something less offensive I can call you than Mexican?
We
you can't do that today.
That's funny. We lost.
You ever watch The Office?
Slice baby after D-Lo goes.
That's funny. I've never seen The Office. It's not diverse. It's not diverse enough for me.
It is great television, dog.
All right.
So are we looking for a show that didn't have black folks, or a show that had a black person that you did not see too often?
Maybe one, yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
Family Matters.
Oh,
Where's
wow.
Judy?
Did they have any friends?
Where's Judy?
Family Matters, they were all black, weren't they?
It was all black.
But there was a black daughter that they never showed.
Isn't it Family Matters?
Judy.
Never do that.
I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, she eventually left and started doing porn a couple of years later, but she was the little sister of Laura and Eddie.
Okay.
I don't remember her.
I never knew that.
I do not either.
Now I'm going to have to get on my Google machine.
All right, so I tell you what, we're gonna go JP. Looks like you got your hand raised, and then run.
Okay.
Maybe I was. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I was supposed to make a noise. I don't know. How about Seinfeld?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love the show. I don't remember any like racial connotations during the show, but I also don't remember any black people in the show.
They was in New York City.
Was there ever?
In New York City. Yeah.
They were in the part with no black people in New York City.
What part is that?
Good part.
They had the one guy, no soup for you. They had that guy.
Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi.
Yeah, the soup Nazi.
And there was no black people in the lines either.
No, they didn't eat soup. It was too hot. It was summertime. I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. That's a good call, JPZ. All right, run.
Okay, so I have several. So hear me out. Number 1, Roseanne. Number 2.
Well, we know why.
Yes, Full House, and it doesn't count that Michelle had a black friend, nor that Lionel Richie was on there one time.
Was he singing
There's
You?
one other one that now I don't remember.
How has no one said Friends?
Friends, that's the other one I was going to say. The spinoff of Living Single. Let's talk about how that was just not fair. Hey, let's rip off a black show and do it as white people and say nothing like it has ever been done before.
Well, I never knew what the black show was. Can you explain what the black show of Friends?
Living Single.
Oh, damn, you're right. I completely forgot about Living Single.
That's what I said.
Yeah, she for sure said that, but you know.
Sometimes when you talk, man,
I know, but you don't listen. I already know that.
And you know what I was thinking about? Like, so I'm a man of a certain age, so like, I used to really enjoy Happy Days. Like, I thought I was gonna grow up to be the Fonz, and I was gonna have a girlfriend named Pinky Tuscadero, and I was gonna do all that, right? And now when I think about it, there was only one brother on there, and remember you guys don't remember, they formed a band at one point, and the drummer was a brother, and his name was Styx. And he was on there for about 2 episodes, and I was so excited. And then the next time I saw Styx, I was about 17, 18, because he was also in the porn industry. I was like, I seen him, he was on Happy Days.
Called him Styx for a reason.
It feels appropriate.
But he wasn't even the one doing stuff. He was just like watching. I think he was like a director or something. It was weird. And I can't believe I remember that much.
Different strokes happened today.
I you know what? I was trying to think of a question to ask about that to get that to be the answer.
I was gonna say different strokes, but I didn't know if it would. I was thinking about if it would happen today or not.
Have you even seen an episode? You're too young.
I've seen all that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. The Little C was one of those children where cartoons from about 1 to 3, and then he'd be in my bed. And it would be like...
No, it was like 1 to 6.
It'd be like... what'd y'all say? Like the one with...
Family Matters.
Family Matters and all them shows. Like SpongeBob was over with. We was watching like sitcoms on Saturday morning. Weird.
You know they bringing back the Looney Tunes and like... They bringing them back for like a cartoon and they like...
Elmer Fudd's not going to have his rifle.
Have his gun. Like, what are we doing? I get Tom and Jerry was one of my favorite cartoons.
We're creating a bunch of softies,
and you know those cartoons like what's the skunk? It was sexual harassment. Every episode.
Did you say it was sexual harassment?
For sure. His whole motive was to chase this other skunk around and like just kissed on her like against her will.
How many times does she have to say no?
You know what I'm saying? Like he was part of the Redskins organization.
Hey, man,
he was just taking it in his will.
She's joined the Me Too movement.
Hey man, that's classic. that's classic.
She was always that cat that got the paint on her back.
Yeah, but he loved her.
She was a skunk.
He loved her. He was like, oh, me and more. Me and more.
She said no minimum of like 20 times an episode. Yeah. He just was kissing her and grabbing her.
Looney Tune, the old classic Looney Tunes would not fly today.
Not fly, like not even close.
For a reason, though.
Nasty to say.
Unless it was a comedy. Which I think
a little pew, man. Yeah. Me too.
Come on now. Okay, wait. So
even Tom, all them cast man was like misogynistic, guys. I mean, they made Jeezy look like a saint.
I got a question. Are you telling me that? So now you're telling me that, like, going forward, when you tell a joke or when you, when you have a thought about something, you're trying to get it out there, that we got to take into consideration all of the stuff before we say it.
It depends on
if you don't want to offend someone.
It depends on your level of celebrity and your level of a comedian. Are you a comedian? If you're a comedian, you can say it. And if you like Dave Chappelle, like, yeah, whatever, you can say it. You know, like even Kevin Hart couldn't say some of the things that Dave Chappelle said.
No, he couldn't. Remember, he couldn't.
No, I was gonna say he couldn't. He couldn't say the things that Dave Chappelle said.
I'm with you.
Just because, like, Dave Chappelle has shown that, like, he don't care. Like, he don't need the media. Like, if Kevin Hart said some things that Dave Chappelle said, like, he would be canceled coaching. But Dave Chappelle fans know Dave Chappelle. Like, Charles Barkley can say whatever he wants, pretty much, and not get, any real backlash, because you just say, oh, that's Charles Barkley.
Hey guys, guess what time it is for? Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for, and we're not going to run that news right now. What we're going to do is we're going to do brews and reviews.
Yes.
Jeezy, what's brews and reviews?
It's how the heavy hitters rate stuff,
The whole segment we made up.
So, we coined the phrase. So basically, since ain't no movies out, so we just have to, rate things that we see in everyday life, whether it's TV shows, whether it's music albums. And basically, it's how many beers you need to enjoy it. It's based on how good it is. If you need one brew, it was great. But if you need 10 brews, you'll be drunk to enjoy it. It was no good. So that's just basically brews and reviews.
And thank goodness that it's a pandemic, so we've been doing nothing but watching Netflix. And by we, I mean me.
Hey,
and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, can I go first?
Yes.
And I have two.
You may.
I have two. All right, so
two?
Yeah, two. I have two on Netflix. On Netflix, I've been watching a show called Warrior Nun, and I'm on about episode 9 or 10. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. Warrior Nun is an awesome show, man. Like, it's fighting, it's church. Like, I'm getting everything I need all in one, in all the episodes. And they have superpowers, and there's an angel involved, and there's a halo, and there's everything. I'm not gonna try to get into it, but if you got time, check out Warrior Nun on Netflix. I give it 0 brews. You know what? Can I tell you today? Today, I made some breakfast, but I have a television in my bathroom. I know that's weird. Don't judge me. But I had a television in my bathroom, and I had it on in the bathroom, and I warmed up my breakfast at the same time, and I was pushed for time because I had to do the podcast. I had to do the talk with Jeff. So I ate my breakfast in the bathroom watching Warrior Nun. Is that bad?
You're tripping.
Don't judge me. It wasn't nothing. I didn't flush the toilet while I was eating my breakfast.
Yeah, but that aroma, you need to call Jeezy's new service.
There's no aroma when nothing happened.
You need to have me come disinfect the crib, bro.
Anyway, man.
Drink wine in the bathtub.
Exactly. Same thing.
So it's close enough. Yeah, so you're good.
And there's no water better than bathroom sink water. Like, that's the coldest water in your house.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
It used to be. Growing up, the bathroom water, I can never understand why the bathroom water was the coldest water.
Cold water is the best.
And so I'm going to say this, too. My other brew review, and then I'm done, and then DJ 808 is next. See the toothbrush question? Yeah, please go.
As far as Warrior Nun, is that Warrior None or Nun?
It's Warrior Nun.
What?
Yes.
Like nuns.
Nun. Yeah, they're nuns. And they are BA nuns. They are BA nuns.
The whole premise.
Huh?
NUN versus NONE changes the whole premise.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And I don't even suffer from black mouth, so I'm not sure why you guys didn't understand that. It's
no, it wasn't warrior nun. Like it was like, I know it was like a nun.
It's the same word.
Well, because they were a habit. How's
They're
that?
homophones.
Anyway. All right, listen. So I'll give that 0 bruise. All right, this is my travel toothbrush. See that, guys? That's my travel toothbrush. This is a toothbrush that I pack away, that I take with me when I go out of town. It stays in my case, right? This toothbrush is the Cadillac of toothbrushes. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have to switch this to my home team toothbrush because it's better than my home team toothbrush. My teeth are cleaner and my breath is more fresh when I am out of town than when I'm not. So like last weekend, Jay Peasy and Little C and I were out of town at a baseball tournament, and my breath was so fresh and my teeth were so clean because of this toothbrush. I noticed
that.
What's that?
I noticed that.
Did you notice it?
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, JP, people are going to be like, well, you must not have been practicing social distancing, but I trust your flora.
Man, we bring it in for the real thing, man. We're good. We just pass it back and forth.
Real quick, he's saying JP, right? I keep watching his background for the lightning and all the activities happening behind him in his background.
It's raining over there, it looked like.
Oh, man. I'm nervous. This has a possibility to go very wrong.
I just had a weather alert pop up on my phone, so I'm out here in Brownsburg, so maybe.
I'm just saying behind you. I mean, it's lightning. I mean, you're giving us a show back there.
Yeah, there you go.
0 bruise, and this is a Colgate. It's a Colgate Light. It looks like.
I will say I also have that toothbrush, and I would also give it 0 bruise. It's a great one.
Really, you have it too?
I have that toothbrush. Yes.
It's amazing.
You have the same toothbrush?
Yes.
That's weird. Don't even try it. I know you're getting at. That's weird. Don't even try it.
Well, she said she has the same toothbrush.
But it's amazing.
I do have that toothbrush.
Anyway,
I have that dial.
You have that toothbrush.
We share it, Jeezy. Look, I have him in a little case. It's my little travel case.
That's not disgusting.
Because guess what? Pink, real men have pink travel cases for the toothbrush.
You pull that thing out, I almost said something, dog. You almost took me there, man.
You thought this was something else?
But there's lady. Jeezy has matured a little bit.
It's a toothbrush case. Thank you.
2 years ago, I went there.
It's a toothbrush case. It doesn't.
I'm shocked you didn't go there.
It doesn't vibrate or anything. All right, who's next?
I'm an evolved person.
Who's next?
Where's D-Lo?
Yo, all right. So, listen, I am super pumped about this Bruin review. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I decided at that point I'm just going to start peeling through my vinyl, listening to albums, and Bruin reviewing them. And so I will tell you, the album that I reviewed this week only consisted of 7 songs. However, I've heard them all individually, but I don't think I'd ever listened to them in the order of the album itself. But sonically, this thing was one of the most impressive pieces of work that I've ever listened to in life. It's got rock. It's fusion. It's rock. It's jazz. It's soul. It's gospel. It's harmonies. It's folk music. It's classic rock. Listen, this thing is phenomenal. And not only did I get to listen to the album, but somebody pointed me in the direction of the documentary about the album. The album that I've been listening to on repeat this week was made in 1977 on ABC Records. It was recorded in both Los Angeles and New York. The band is from New York. And even though they're a band from New York, they never had a consistent band of their own. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Steely Dan. Steely Dan, y'all, the Asia album. I'm talking about this thing is sonically amazing. Folks, if you got time, absolutely encourage you to just kick back listen to this album, chill, like morning time. In the morning, you can't find a better album to wake up to and just cool out and start your day. Like Weekend Vibes is perfect. So Steely Dan, Asia. So I definitely recommend you check that out along with the documentary. The documentary is on YouTube. You just have to look up the making of Steely Dan's Asia albums.
Is Stevie Dan or what?
Steely, Steely.
Right.
Steely Dan. But like I said, sonically, it's amazing. I think you all would definitely dig it. It's well worth the play of 7 songs. The great thing, it's available on iTunes and pretty much any other online record store. And you never have to get up and turn the album over to continue listening to it. So take advantage of that. But again, like I stated, to open up the show, Zero Brews, incredible piece of work. And before we move on, I got to say what's up to my brother Anthony Dumas, my man Doom, that's jumped on with us for the first time.
Legion of Doom in the building.
This is one impressive brother, and actually I know that he knows or has been familiar with former heavy hitters, lady of the show, Riz. So real good guy, real smart, real intelligent, doing great things for the homeless youth in this city. Just an incredible person in general.
Hey, I'm happy to be here, Dante. Did you know that Steely Dan is one of my favorite bands ever?
I mean, brother, we kind of come from the same cloth, so I'm really not surprised.
Well, that's awesome. I'm gonna listen to it. I got it on. I just added to my queue.
Solid.
It's funny that you say about an album, because my brewery review is about an album that dropped this week, and I implore you all. I'm not really a fan of this guy. I think he's talented, but I'm not really a fan. But that new John Legend, song for song, might be the best R&B album to drop since Bruno Mars. And now Bruno Mars was about 3 years ago? Like, that John Legend has hits from start to finish. Every song, man, start to finish.
This is a new John Legend album?
The new John Legend that dropped, I think it dropped this week. Last week. It is amazing. Amazing. Like, you can put it in from the first track and let it go. Just do something around the house, sit down, sip on something. That John Legend is nice, man. You have to skip no songs, man.
Hey, are you telling me that when you're cleaning the house, you put music on? And
yeah.
Put your slippers
Doesn't everyone?
Nah.
Yeah, everyone does that. If I sit on the front porch and I'm smoking a nice stick, I throw some music on.
There you go.
But now I got this big old speaker I put in the backyard. I think my neighbor's probably mad at me, but, I pay mortgage. So I do what I want to do.
All power to the people.
Boots on the ground.
Plus, where I live, they don't speak English where I live.
I was going to say, you live in a pretty chin neighborhood. They don't even know what the music is anyway.
You can't say that, Boots.
It's just I can say chin.
You can say that.
Yes, I can. I learned that. My office is on the south side. I learned that
racist.
Chin is not racist.
It's not.
Chin is not racist.
That's what they call their church and their grocery stores and all their restaurants.
And their car dealership.
Wait a minute. Can they call each other chin? But then when we say it, the way you said it just sounds bad.
It's not like the N-word. No.
What's good, my chin?
You be like, Chin, please.
I'm going to say, they're Burmese. And just leave it at that.
I'm going to come over your house. I'm going to be like, hey, man, I see them chin cats over there, dog. What's up?
You know what I'm saying?
That was weird.
Maybe they can give us a little pocket thing we can carry. They can start distributing them at like CVS or Walgreens or something. What you can and can't say.
They're going to have to at some point.
God would help.
People need that.
Speaking of, another transition to Run That News. I know Run don't have this.
I do not Run That News, and I had Bruiser Reviews. You always cut me off.
Real quick, we're on the chin thing. I ain't going to lose it real quick. There was a kid that was in Alabama that sold passes for the white kids to the N-word. He made over $1,000.
Hey man, can I tell you right now that I am not mad
that sold passes.
Did people buy him?
He spent $1,000.
You know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the fact that he was.
I'm not mad at the entrepreneurial spirit, dog.
Entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, he's also selling headaches. He's selling headaches too. Because the minute they say it when he's not around, they're gonna be like, "What'd you say?"
Well, I'm pretty sure there was a rules involved. I don't know, but go ahead, Ryan. I mean, I ain't mean to cut you off, but what you said probably worked good anyway.
Thank you. Whatever. I have 2 person reviews. I also have 2. I have recently become very much a fan of American Horror Story, and I don't like scary things. Like, I just close my blinds because I'm afraid of the dark. But I just watched, because when I was little, I watched Halloween, and Mike Myers windows is terrifying. Okay.
Your thumb is terrifying.
I'm traumatized. Okay, so I will stop putting my thumb in the screen then. Okay, anyway, I just watched the Roanoke season of American Horror Story. 42 Brews. It was awful.
42
It was like kind of Blair Witch Project-esque. Like when they're out in the woods and then the camera's like in their face and all you can see is their nose. And they're like, I can't believe you threw the map in the lake. Anyway, it was terrible. So if you're going to watch American Horror Story on Netflix, skip Roanoke. Unless you want to just watch Cuba Gooding Jr., because he's in that one. Also, we haven't done Prison Reviews in so long, so I haven't been able to talk about this. I've watched Hamilton, what's today, the 21st? Whatever 21 minus 3 is. 18. I've watched it at least 18 times. I'm obsessed. It's kind of ridiculous. 0 Brews. I would also recommend listening to the mixtape. It's current artists singing the Hamilton songs, and Ja Rule and Ashanti sing one of the love songs from the musical, and it's everything I didn't know I needed. I love it. And King George is hilarious. If you don't have Disney Plus, you should get it or find a friend to watch Hamilton.
I mean, you are a friend, so why don't you give us a login?
You almost had me until you said Ja Rule and Ashanti song.
Okay, so that's not in the actual musical. That's just on the mixtape.
I'm not convinced. Like, you went right to that, and that was the song you said you needed. I can't trust that there's a Ja Rule and Ashanti song related to Hamilton that I need in my life. Like everything about this feels bad.
Okay, but listen, it's not related to Hamilton. I'm telling you that on the mixtape, it's current artists who took the Hamilton songs and did covers of them. So don't listen to the mixtape, and you don't have to worry about it. Just watch the movie.
True story. Hey,
I never saw Hamilton.
You got any more?
No, I did both of mine.
All right, so I tell you what. So, Mr. Dumas, do you have a brew and review? I don't know. I'm not sure if you understand how it works. I can tell you very quickly. If it's something that you saw, whether it be a TV show, a product, anything, and you want to review it on our show, tell us about it, introduce it to us. Now's your time.
You gotta unmute him.
He'll figure it out. Smart guy.
So this is a game we playing. See them figure out how to unmute themselves.
Because he's in the same tribe. There you go.
This is great radio.
Dude, I live on Zoom so much. It's like, it's like I'm still stuck on it.
I understand.
My bad. Dude, I don't. I think right now, my ugly viewing addiction. I watch Mountain Man, like every episode of it. I don't even know which cable channel it comes on, but it's just like 10 different country dudes that are in Alaska in the mountains. I don't know why. I don't know if in my dreams I want to be a mountain man or if I want to cut wood in Alaska, but it drives my wife crazy, and I watch Mountain Men like constantly. And the first 48, but that's a different, And so that's where I'm stuck at, man. There's no news that comes through the house. If it's not the first 48, if it's not who killed somebody, it's who shot the elk in the middle of nowhere. So that's where I'm at.
So let me ask you, Doom, in relation to Mountain Man, can you brew and review that for us? I mean, The Brew Review is our rating system, and the more brews that it takes you to enjoy something, the worse it was. So if it's 0 brews, it's great. If it's 7, it's terrible. 10, god awful.
Man, since I don't brew no more, so I'm kind of boring. I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna give it because that's what makes me happy. So I'm gonna have to go. I don't need any brews to be happy to watch Mountain.
Okay.
Right, 0 brews.
Yeah. Now for my wife, that's probably a 12 glass of wine for what I'm watching.
I mean, don't feel bad.
0 brew.
Don't feel bad. I saw David Copperfield, and I said that was like 12 lines of cocaine, yo.
Yeah, it was bad. Like you really did not like it.
It was the worst. It was the worst experience I think I ever had in my life, man. And David Copperfield is god awful. He's awful. He's the worst magician ever. Like, he was so cool when I was a kid. So I finally in Vegas, like, I'm gonna see David Copperfield. Paid the $70. And this cat did a trick and he like disappeared on stage and showed up in front of you. I'm like, dude, it's a ramp. I just know you're going to the bottom and walk up the stairs. I'm like, that ain't magic. The lights went out. And then you showed up. That's not magic. Taking rings and like, hey, they're together. That's not magic. Well, it was awful. Had a fake dinosaur come through the curtains. It was, and I'm not exaggerating this. Sorry if I'm ruining the show for you guys.
Actually, when I went to Vegas, the people I was with, they said, let's go see David Copperfield. And I said, I will not go see David Copperfield. I heard it's terrible.
Never.
So I didn't go.
It is bad. It is bad.
You know what? I think when you went to that show, that's the reason we started Brews and Reviews, because of David Copperfield.
It was bad, man.
So
I was so hurt. I was so let down because David Copperfield was my guy growing up as a magician. Like, he would come up north to Gary to the Genesis Center, and I was too young. So
isn't he about 90 now?
Yeah, but it's bad. I seen street magicians better than him, man.
But
remember in Vegas, I will say this: if you ever go to Vegas, if they still doing it, the Wow show is called Wow. If you ever get a chance to go see that show, please do. It's the most. That's on the opposite end. That's probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. This is something they do. Like, you swear people are gonna die, and they just don't, and it's amazing.
I don't want no part of that. Hey,
it's amazing, Moose. I'm not lying, Moose. It's amazing. Like, you'll be blown away. And I'm hard to impress, so that's saying something.
That's true. And you do have a shirt on from like 2000 and what?
Yeah, but God, for Central State, dog, this is my MVP year, dog. Come on, don't trip.
He has his college basketball shirt on, like his college basketball practice jersey on from like early 2000s. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I put my high school stuff on. Sometimes it'd be too tight like a mug.
Let me correct you, dog. This is from the late 90s, bro.
Oh, that's right. I guess it was because I'm that much older than you. You're absolutely right. No, I had a shirt on the other day that said 2014 for sure. I'm like, damn, I still have this. Like, it had my name on it. So
I got clothes that's 20 that's older than your son.
Me too. I got a coat shirt that says 2000 coats. I still wear it. I'm like, what in the world? Like, I probably should get rid of this thing. I can see through it. Like, my nipples show through it. Yeah.
Protrude through it.
Yeah. Hey, all right, JP, you got any brews and reviews? Anything that you've seen? Or I tell you what. So JPZ and I, this past weekend, we stayed at a hotel, and this guy said this in front of us. I thought was very funny. He was like, you know what? The hotel we're staying at would have been real nice, like in 72.
Yep.
And we did. And I didn't tell you this. I told the guy at the front desk. He's like, how was your stay? I was like, you know what? It wasn't horrible, except for the random pubic hair that was on the wall in front of my window. And one of them was like so I'm reaching, right? So I'm tall. So what the random pubic hair, I'm not kidding you. One was probably 7 feet off the ground on the wall, and the other was probably 9 feet off the wall. Pubic hair. How does that get there?
What's going on in that room?
So, would you get the room with the trapeze?
I must have, because I have no idea
Was y'all staying with the WNBA players?
Maybe somebody went in there was like, maybe somebody had like, what do you call that? When cats are like, and they just like coughing hair all over the place. I don't know. That could have happened, but
y'all staying with the Atlanta Dream.
Look, Edgar starts itching. It was pubic hair. It's not itchy.
Gross.
It was curly though, so it was either Eastern Indian or Asian or black. It had to be one of those. It was because it was curly.
So it was too coarse.
Yeah, it was very coarse, but it was high though. Like
and you can use a good guitar string.
I did not touch it. On the last day, by the way, I go.
It stayed there?
You didn't see it for 5 days?
I was there Wednesday and I saw it on Sunday, if that tells you anything.
You ain't moving? You ain't say, hey, man, come clean this room.
On the way out is when I saw it.
Oh, for sure you got to have quarantine, though.
I looked up, I'm like, is that pubic hair? So I told the dude. He still charged me full price, by the way. Pubic hair.
You for sure should have got a discount.
Did you request the same room for when you go back?
I should. Cause we are going back there. I should just give me the same room because I'm already familiar with the pubic hair placement on the wall.
The pubes room.
Room 602, man, outside Sharonville, Ohio, man. Pubes added already. If you want them.
What if you get that room and what if they're still there? What if JP gets that room and they're still there? This is going to be a whole kind of crazy thing.
If I
get 602, I'm calling Chris and saying, dude, you need to come down here and inspect my room. I want to know. I want to know if it's the same as before.
Are the pubes still here? I'm like, no, the pubes aren't there anymore, but I left some over there that they might not have seen.
Yeah.
Reach just texted me and said, if you didn't see them till the last day, they were for sure yours.
They're not you know what? My pubes do not go 8 feet in the air. They just don't. I'm a man of a certain age. My pubes don't travel that far anymore.
I feel like I'm going to wake
there's
up
pubes traveling anyway.
You go. Don't say you're gonna wake up coughing in the middle of the night. We're talking about pubes, JPZ.
I know it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Hey, I tell you what. Let's pull this thing. Hey guys, you listen to Heavy Ears Radio Show. This is Moose Cannon. I am not talking about the Jews tonight. I love the Jews. I just want to say that, man. We got Jeezy in the house. We got DJ.
You're not talking about who?
The Jewish community.
Yeah, you can't. Who's trying us canceled, man? I say Jewish.
No, I'm not. We're not owned by Viacom. We pay our money to some app
I'm not speaking derogatory about no Jewish. I see what happened.
Am I gonna get fired?
Yo, Spreaker's gonna put us off, man. Spreaker is gonna make independent radio part of the cancel culture.
I hope we don't get fired.
I'm a white girl. I'll use my white people voice, so I'll get us out of it.
Are you Jewish?
No, but you ain't Jewish, and you.
I have a big nose.
They'll say that's funny. You know what, Ron? You said it, I didn't. So what I'm saying is, you can be not caring.
Ron said that.
But now, Ron, you're caring.
We're recording this part, right?
I am white. My name is Run. I have a large nose.
So maybe she'll get fired and I won't.
But what happened is you'll become Karen.
Hey, what are you doing next week?
Y'all try to get me fired every week anyway. You guys try to fire me every week. That is nothing new.
Just kept showing up.
That was also really aggressive, especially with my thumb. Sorry.
Hey, well, you know what?
I got a question that was proposed to me. It's kind of off topic, but it was a great question.
Are we doing a
ask? Can sorry. I'm back. I mean, we had Vice TV for like 7 weeks.
Do your thing, baby.
So, I ain't do this much talking. I just said my little corner. So I have a question. What's more impressive? What's the most impressive run? Not run, but the run. Was it Michael Jordan 6 titles in 8 years? Was it Tom Brady 6 titles in 15 years? Or Marvel 12 years of movies that kept you entertained?
JPZ.
Jordan.
Anybody have a
Jordan? Yeah.
Anybody else got it?
I'm gonna go Marvel.
He would have had 7. I don't know if he would have got 8 because those guys were getting tired. But you got to figure he would have had 7 out of 8 if he would have not left and went to play baseball.
Yeah, Jordan. I'm a Jordan fan, so this is. But I'm gonna run. I thought Marvel, the run of the first phase of movies, the Infinity Saga was like one of the greatest things I've ever seen in cinematic history. To keep you in tune for 15 years, to keep you watching every movie and tell a story that lasts from Iron Man 1 all the way to Endgame. Look, you look like you about to go to sleep, dog.
I know.
Cause you know how I am with movies, man. Like I love Marvel. Like I'm cool with it. But I think what's more impressive is I think the Jordan run is more impressive. It's more impressive than the movies. And then I think that I can't even believe I'm saying this. Colts, I love you, Colts. But I think the fact that Tom Brady's team won so many Super Bowls and like they won 6 Super Bowls in 10 years, that is crazy. Like I'm not sure if anybody ever does that again.
Not in football.
So let me ask a question though. What if Belichick and Cam Newton go back to the Super Bowl? Does that take away from the Brady years?
Yes.
Probably so.
It definitely takes away from Brady years.
I don't know if I can support that. Like, I'm not a Patriots fan at all. Like, out of every team, they're probably number 32 in terms of my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Brady didn't do what he did at what's arguably seen as the most important position on the football field. And it's impressive, especially given today's era with free agency and
salary cap
rules in terms salary cap. It's impressive to have been able to even be a starting quarterback in the NFL for that long a time. 2, do it for the same team, and 3, to have been that successful in that position in such a physical sport where careers don't even last long. You know,
so he went to 9.
Right, he went to 9 out of 10. Right.
Yeah, but so did Belichick. What I'm saying though is it take away because we find out it was more Belichick in the system than it was Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think so.
I wanted to take away from it. Personally.
But then you had to give it to Belichick, not Brady.
I'm okay with that.
You know, as a coach, he was with the Browns and all that. Like, yeah, he's cool. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love Tom Brady. Why?
Because he went to Michigan.
He's a Michigan man. So don't get me wrong. Like, I love him. He's a Michigan man, so I love him. But I'm not a Patriots fan.
Hey, I would say this. Start thinking about the names Taylor and Burrow and jump on while you can.
Folks.
I know you're shaking your head no, Chris.
Cincinnati.
Folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and Jay Peasy's my friend. Jay Peasy's my friend, man. Matter of fact, I told you guys I said it in the world that I had a man crush on him, and he's a Bengals fan. I am not switching. Matter of fact, I'm going further away from it just because he said it on my show.
But you know what's crazy? I know we talked about this years ago, but I don't understand why the Bengals and the Colts aren't a rival. They're the closest proximity team that plays in the same division in the whole NFL.
They should play twice a year every year.
Twice a year, 90 miles away. They're 90 miles from each other. Why is it not a thing? Like, we all know the Jets and Giants, but they're 2 different conferences.
Yeah.
They're the closest proximity team that's in the same conference that don't play each other.
Yeah. You know, you're absolutely right.
Hey, come on, Jeezy. In all fairness, if you have to talk about the Colts and Bengals rivalry, it is by far the greatest Colts preseason rivalry in the history of preseason football.
That is so true.
No,
I would not know because I don't go to
Bears.
none of that track.
I say the Bears.
So hold me down.
I say the Bears.
When Chicago show, we take over the stadium.
They just got rid of preseason.
So are they not doing a preseason at all now?
No preseason.
They just got rid of it.
Wow.
No,
The players didn't want to do it.
they are going to play the Black National Anthem during the first week of football.
With no fans, so you worry about kneeling.
That's silly, man. To me, I'm gonna say it in public. I mean, it's not even public. I'm gonna say it in front of like 35,000 people. It's silly.
Like, why we need the national anthem? Like, why we need jets and stuff flying over for a game?
Well, now we get 2 for the first week.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a thing? Are we going to do the Black National Anthem and the White National Anthem or the others? And are we only going to invite black people to sing the Black National Anthem?
You know what we need? You know what we really need? I guess if it's football, probably Black National Anthem and American National Anthem. And then, but if it's like MMA, we need like the Black National Anthem. We need Chin. We need the Chin National Anthem. We need everybody. Hey man, it's Chin, man. Your neighbors.
We'll be singing "Oh Canada."
Exactly.
Whenever they play in Ireland.
Well, they do that anyway.
Luck of the Irish.
Well, they play "Oh Canada." Whenever they play a Canadian team, they do "Oh Canada."
We need to do that. Hey, all right, real quick. You know what it's time for?
Whenever they play a Canadian team.
It's not every hockey game they don't play "Oh Canada."
Why? If it's Chicago against Dallas, why do we play "Oh Canada"?
Yeah, but even the Raptors, when the Raptors play in the NBA, they do the "Oh Canada."
All right, I tell you what. You know what it's time for, folks? Hey, it's Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're going. I'm talking too loud. Like I'm using my mic tonight, and we are loud. Like last week, we were kind of down. Hey, so if you want to check us out our last week's show, go to YouTube and check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube. All our shows are on YouTube, but last week's show was pretty amazing. And if you want to see that one, you should go on YouTube. You can see us. You can see Benny Lee, Ike Taylor, and all the other, and Melvin Lamb that were there, along with Kwame Shakur from the Black Panther Party. Check that out because it was amazing. But going forward, man, stay us on Spreaker.com, man. Remember, we are a radio station that is all over the place. Matter of fact, DJ 808s, what format can you catch us on?
You can catch us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, the Apple iTunes Store, the Apple Music Store, Podcast Store. You can find us in the Google Play Store. You can Google Independent Radio. You can Google Heavy Hitters Radio Show. We're on Spreaker.com. So pretty much any place you can find your favorite podcast, you can search for us, and we're there.
We're there, man. And I tell you what, Run Yay MC.
Yes.
Do we got anything else going on?
Yeah, you can totally find us on social media wherever you want to. So we just said that we were on YouTube. You can watch all of our shows. On Facebook and Instagram, we are at Heavy Hitters Radio Show. And then we are also on Twitter.
At Heavy
_Hitters _.
Yeah, that's us, man. So I tell you what, we're all over the place. Hey, so guess what? It's time for Run That News. You ready?
Yes.
Hey,
we have so much to talk about.
Hey, real quick. Has anybody read any books lately?
Yes.
I bet they have. Look, she could tell I looked at her, which is so weird. Like, how could she tell I looked at her? Because she knows.
Because she knew you were talking about her.
Well, I'm trying to invite. She joined in, so I'm trying to get her in there. She don't really like talking, but I'm sure she's read some books lately. What's up?
I just finished White Fragility for my book club.
And now your book club hates you out there on the South Side.
I didn't recommend it. I haven't recommended anything since I Hate You Give. So, but we read that. It was interesting because it was, Brownsburg. It's not like there's a lot of diversity in my Brownsburg book club. But it was interesting. I mean, there was a lot of good discussion, and it was very interesting.
Do you remember?
I will say,
I wanted more from it. I really expected there would be more real life scenarios and how to do better and be better. So I was a little disappointed in that. And I think that was just because I thought that was more what the book was about. But it was very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I will say, if you enjoyed White Fragility because you enjoy learning about these topics, I would recommend Stamped by Jason Reynolds. So there's another Stamped book that's out. It's very much written like White Fragility with even more scholarly terms and research, and it's not like a fun book to read.
Yeah,
Stamped is really good. Jason Reynolds is one of my favorite authors. And somebody who sometimes joins our show, Moose's ex-wife's husband's wife, she read it in 2 days and she hates reading. Like, hates it.
Yeah. I do about 2 books a week. So.
Yeah. I know Stamped is on back order, but if you can read on a device, you could do it that way.
I've got, was it Mercy or Just Mercy? What was
Just
it?
Mercy.
Yeah, I've got that, like, it's like 20-week waiting list for my Kindle. But,
The book is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie yet?
I have, I tried to get on the movie and it kept needing some kind of password, so I didn't get to watch the movie because I don't use my Apple account.
It's free on Amazon Prime if you have Prime.
Yeah, but you have to have the password for like whoever's Amazon Prime account you're using, and I didn't have the password, So I thought at book club they said that the book was so much better than the movie, so which is typically true.
In Brownsburg, that's what they said?
At Brownsburg, that's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
JPZ,
JPZ, are you in that book club out there?
Only girls. Girls only. Gotta sit around, drink wine, and a bunch of white women talking about racism. It was interesting.
Yes. Hey, so folks, if y'all don't know, like Edgar said, hey, well, it's my turn to pick a book. I'm like, the hate you give. And then they were like,
I was like 2 months in or something. I thought I was gonna get kicked out right away.
They were like, we don't like her anymore picking these books, but she's still in there. So
the book is so good, though.
It was very good.
All right, run that news.
Yes. Okay. So let's just jump right into it. Since it's in our tags and since we all changed our names today. So we're going to start with the maniac known as Kanye West. So for those of you following along at home, you already know that he has announced that he would like to run for president in 2020. You also know that he has already held a rally for his running of president, where he stated that Harriet Tubman did not free any slaves and that they discussed aborting his first daughter. Thoughts? Off his meds.
Clearly off his meds, man.
Gotta be.
Clearly, and me and Moose discussed it earlier. Mental health is a real thing, yo.
Yeah.
It's a real thing that we need to, somebody to grab that brother and really try to rein him in. But it's hard to rein in a billionaire.
Well, it's about to get more weird because here's what was just released. Caitlyn Jenner would like to be his vice president. For those of you not following along at home, Caitlyn used to be Bruce.
This is where we at right now, y'all. This is where we at. I don't think it's weird that Kanye's running for president. I mean, because Dick Gregory, he ran for president, so I don't think it's like something new. But it's bizarre. Everything's bizarre right now.
Yeah,
we're in bizarro world.
Yes.
I need whoever's running the simulation, give the controller back to your sister. All right, give it back to your sister. Let her take over the controls right now, because obviously what you're doing with the game you playing is you messing everything up, man.
It's bad. And I'm going to go ahead and just say this as a PSA. Number 1, make sure you are registered to vote. Number 2, even if you're a Democrat, maybe list yourself as a Republican. And if you're already registered, maybe change your registration to Republican. Because maybe if there's more Republicans in urban areas, we won't have so much voter suppression. And you can still choose your Democratic ballot. Number 3, do not write Kanye's name in. Because a vote for Kanye is to vote for 45. So if you would like to see him out of office, then you got to bite the bullet and you got to pick Biden. Because if you vote for anybody else, you're voting for 45. Either be a supporter of him or vote for Biden, but don't cover yourself up as I'm going to vote for somebody else, knowing full well that vote really just goes to him. That's my PSA.
Lottery. Need the lottery.
Man, I know, but if him and Kanye are in that bucket, I don't feel good about that either.
There's a slim possibility that Kanye can be your Secretary of State or President.
Yikes.
No, he's gonna run hood like Ben Carson. They ain't gonna give him no real job. He's gonna run hood. Hey, I got a question. You know how today the name of our show is Charlie Foxtrot. So for some reason the name of that alphabet is escaping me.
I know, I can't think of it either. It's like the CB radio.
JP's, you know the name of the
military.
The military alphabet? Is that the name of it?
No, I don't know what exactly it's called. But...
Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta.
It's not Alpha. Yeah,
I found it. So if Kanye was going to be president,
Bravo, not Beta.
Bravo.
If Kanye was going to be president, it'd be Sierra.
Yeah, for sure. oh man.
Sierra.
I mean, yes.
And from the rest of the show, I'm going to be using these because I got a list of it in front of me. All right, go.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. This is great. We can decipher it. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, but Kanye's falling apart. Yeah, like it's bad.
I mean, literally every day I wake up and I read something and I think, this can't be real. And then I do some more research and it is real.
I mean, I was excited because before all this happened, he tweeted out that him and Dr. Dre was working on a project. And I was like, ooh, that's going to be lit. And then this happened. Now it's like, yeah, I'm out.
I just, refill your prescription, take your meds daily. It's A-okay to be medicated.
Nah, man, this dude is... That's what happens when you get a lot of money, so you have to answer to nobody. And you just get a platform where you just go out there and just ramble things, man. And, this shit it's all bad right now.
It's all bad. That's the best way to describe it.
It's all bad.
It's all bad.
That's why I decided I'm gonna live on my VR.
Well, I saw you put it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna live in here, man. So just wake me up when it's over. I'm going to Inception route.
All right,
we'll either wake you up November 4th or in 4 years.
Hey, all right. So listen, real quick. I want to wrap this part up, but I just feel like someone pressured him to jump in there to kind of split the vote up, so that Ron, your president, can get voted back in again.
I know.
So whatever happens. I mean, we just got to be poised. To live that way for the next decade. All right, so go. What's next?
Let's move on. Let's talk about the Wayfair conspiracy. Have you guys seen this?
I heard a little bit about it, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, so here's what's happening. Because I went down this rabbit hole the other day. And, if you've got time, by all means, go down the rabbit hole, but you need a lot of time. So here is the premise is that Wayfair is involved in child sex trafficking. Now, of course, Wayfair says, no, we're not. But here is the theory around it is that if you go to wayfair.com, and you can do this because I did it, because I was down the rabbit hole, there might be a dresser for $200, right? That's an average whatever child's dresser cost, okay? Then that exact same dresser with a different SKU number, and sometimes in the photo will have a child's name, might be $1,200. So the theory is that if you take that SKU and you put it into this black web site, then you would be able to purchase this child for $1,200 by buying this dresser from Wayfair.
Run. I think it's called Dark Web. Continue.
Dark Web. Man, dang it. I knew it was something. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ally.
Uh-huh.
I like black people.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. If the guy's wearing the black hat, but he's not the good he's not the good cowboy.
Man.
No.
Too much wine.
I ain't seen you drink a sip, but go ahead.
Appreciate it. Anyway, so people are also saying that this is also happening at Amazon and Walmart. I will say that I only checked out Wayfair. The price differences do exist. I don't know for sure about the numbers associated. but that is for sure. Reigns is cracking up at me because I don't know the term dark web. So I know for sure that Wayfair has similar products that are astronomically more. I do not know if they are direct.
So where did this story come from? Like, who originated this story to say, hey...
You should get Reigns on here, by the way.
Well, she said that she didn't want to be on the Zoom tonight. But she is logging off because she's got to put her kids to bed. I'm not sure where it originated. I am sure that it had something to do with the Epstein documentary because we've all got all this time on our hands now.
My thing is, like, I always want to know what the origins are because, like, this stuff can come from other countries and sabotage different companies all over the place. This is very random, very, like, oh, this can cost $5,000. They must be trafficking kids. Like, that's just so... I don't know.
Yeah.
For the average person to stumble across that.
I think there is a lot of light being brought to child trafficking because of the Epstein documentary. And there's some other documentaries that have come out also. And I don't know if I told you guys, there was a picture of JonBenet Ramsey, and in the background was Giselle Maxwell. And so I, at this point, am just convinced that JonBenet's disappearance was because she was entered into sex trafficking by Epstein and Maxwell.
Really?
Yeah, I said it.
Would anybody really be surprised if any of this was true or not? I mean, at this,
I wouldn't.
I would not be surprised.
In this world we live in today, nothing would surprise me. But
I'm never shocked.
Man, I guess I'm not either because I can't even get the words out. But like, I'm a little shocked that it's not more. Like, it's not more information. It's not, like there's not more information out there. If it's, especially if it's that wrapped up in their message. So
the thing is, man, because if it's more, it probably is more. But those that's involved is suppressing all the information.
But here's what I'm saying, Jeezy. Hey, we got this man in a red shirt, and he will come and speak to your group for $100, right? So here's a message. We got this guy. He'll come speak to your message for $100. We got this guy in a red shirt. He'll speak to your group for $12,000. All I did was add the mic in there, right? So the mic is like some sort of
it's a phallic symbol.
A symbol that says right, that says now it costs $12,000 for this guy to come. Guess what he's going to do?
It's like being in Atlanta.
It's just coming.
You walk in the grocery store and you put your keys in a buggy. That symbolizes somebody walk up to you and grab those keys. I mean, they want you to come to their house.
Did you just call it a buggy?
It's a buggy. Or cart, what do you call it?
I love you. It's a cart.
Yeah. A buggy, yeah.
Hey,
if you get a pineapple in your front yard, that means that your house is available to come and have a party at. That's what that means. So there's all kind of symbols, man, if you're part of that group.
I don't understand the pineapple.
I'm sorry, can you explain that?
If you drive to Sandy Springs, if it's in Georgia, they have a community, so they have a large swinging network. So when you're ready to party, you put a pineapple in your front yard. Like hang it up somewhere, and then people know that's what a party is.
A literal pineapple, not the safe word pineapple.
No, a literal pineapple.
Royal Caribbean, if you put a pineapple on your door, then the people going down the hallway know that you're, available to party.
Stop it.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is that again?
Royal Caribbean, like that's the only cruise ship I've been on. But yeah, any of the cruise ships, if you put a pineapple on your door, because people decorate their doors. Pineapple is just the international symbol for sharing.
Yeah. Crazy.
Do we need to change our safe word? Have we been opening up the door for everyone to think we're swingers?
No, we're not putting the actual pineapple symbol outside our door.
But our safe word is pineapples.
Yeah.
Our safe word is pineapple. I feel like all of that together with the information we have now means maybe we need to change it.
Pineapple is so easy. It's so easy to say.
Our safe word is pineapple.
Yeah.
And now every swinger's like, I like the heavy hitters. I like that name. I like everything
And they know
about
our safe word.
And they know
This is
our
how you grow your audience.
Is that what we're doing? And we were talking about
Hashtag pineapples on every show.
we're talking about holding balls. Talking about holding balls earlier. Like this is getting weirder and is weirder.
I talked about washing
more
balls. Thank you very much.
More and more weird. All right, you got any
and
more
later
news?
we're going to do a reading Rumbo for sure.
You got any more news?
Yeah, I have all kinds of news.
All right, go.
We should probably discuss Nick Cannon, Moose Cannon. And so Jeezy was feeling very feisty about this earlier today. So I would love for Jeezy to give us a little information about how he feels, and then we'll move into some other things that have come up with Nick Cannon. Jeezy's not listening.
I'm listening to you. I'm off the top. Go ahead, continue.
All right, go.
No, you're on.
You're supposed to go about Nick Cannon.
I'm Yeezy Jeezy.
Jeezy. Can you please tell us about Nick Cannon?
Well, apparently he came out and said some things against the Jewish people, and they weren't having it. So he had to apologize.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yes, that is the very, very condensed version. So Nick Cannon has come out. He has made some statements. Some people that I have talked to feel like it was historical information that was given and that nothing that was said was wrong or incorrect.
True story.
Nick Cannon feels like the black community has turned on him. And Nick Cannon also recently had a friend commit suicide. And so he posted a picture with this friend and this whole big caption. So like Nick Cannon made these statements. He had to apologize and then his friend passed away. So in this post, he said some things like, I've just been so let down. I made a lot of people upset. I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And actually, he has taken down all of his Instagram posts because I just went to pull it up and he only has 2 posts now. But essentially, after he made that post, people were worried that then maybe he was suicidal over all of this. So it's kind of weird that all of his posts are now gone. That's really interesting.
The thing that's crazy is I hate when you say black people's mad at him. I don't remember anybody black speaking out against him. So where are you getting this information from?
Well, that's how he felt. I wish I could read you the Instagram post, but he literally has 2 now.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Like, I would love people say, well, people are, well, who are these people you speak of? Like, who are the people you talk about? Because I don't remember saying none of that.
Jeezy, you got to know though. Like even us on this podcast, like last week, there was some guy that hit us up on Spreaker, like L. Ron, and he was like a probably close to 60-year-old pilgrim man that was like, "Turn your mics up." Like he had an opinion about our show. Like he was listening. I don't know who he is. He's a random guy. I'm glad he's listening, but he had an opinion about our show. As podcasters, we are out there in the world. So Nick Cannon, especially, is out there in the world, man, doing his thing, man.
But let me tell you, I'll explain this. Jeezy never read the comments. That's like the number 1 rule. You never go to the comment section. You say what you say, and you just skate on down the street. Like, don't get in the comments. If you get in the comments, it's over with. Because you will never please everybody. So say what you say. Stand by what you say. You got offers to do your show somewhere else. You're a boss, as you said. So move on. Go to Rebel. Go to the own network. Hell, go to YouTube and do your show. You will get views, man. You'll be all right. Like, stay out of the comment section, man.
I thought Charlamagne the God had an interesting response regarding Nick Cannon's comments, and there have been some Jewish people who have asked, who are demanding his apology as well. This is what Charlamagne the God said. That's what you can do when you have the power. Listen, Nick is my guy. I hate it had to be him, but that's what you can do when you have the power. And if there's one thing Jewish people have showed us, it's they have the power.
They didn't want him to apologize for that.
I don't get it. I'm almost uncomfortable saying the word Jewish in public Because, I mean, it's like you can't criticize anything under the umbrella of Jewish in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's, I don't know, that's a slippery slope for me, but it seems like it doesn't take much to piss off certain people in that community. And I understand that they do own a lot of the media companies, and that scared me. But it completely makes me nervous because it doesn't take much for the community as a whole to stand up and demand an apology.
I mean, think about this. We all know the song, It's All About the Benjamins. We heard that song 1,000 times. On the actual album version, they blurred out the word, I make chips like Hebrews. It ain't in there no more. That's even on the album version, the unedited, uncensored version, that particular phrase is out. You can say everything else, but you can't say that. So, I mean, whatever. All I know is that the elite power structure is in place for a reason. Them jokers is not letting go. And if you speak about it, done.
So you know what's funny? You guys say that. So remember a couple weeks ago we had a show called "What About Your Friends." So I played a few seconds of a song from TLC, "What About Your Friends," and I played a few minutes of a song called "Dookie Stick." You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Well, today I got some information back from YouTube saying if we want to play those shows, we cannot monetize that because if we make money off of those shows, it goes to TLC and George Duke and Dookie Stick. Isn't that? I mean, to me, I was like, that's cool. We don't monetize anyway. But then I thought that's pretty cool if we're making TLC some money.
Yeah, that's why YouTube. You got now with YouTube, they got so much monetization, so much censorship. Like you talk about anything that's remotely, play anything, like they can basically cut it out the show.
Hey, so are we in trouble? Are we in trouble for talking about Jewish stuff?
I don't know. I really don't care.
I hope not.
We'll find out, I guess.
I hope not. Hey, I tell you what, man. Let me see. I'm gonna check on with a nickname real quick. We got Ty Monster, man, that joined us, man, with Jay Peasy. Jay Peasy, he is a beast on the baseball diamond. He's a player with the little seed, man, and he's joining his pops. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. So, all of us guys here that are on here are fathers, and that's one of the reasons I like Jay Peasy so much because he enjoys spending time, man, with Ty Monster, man, and it's one of those things where it's a real cool story where they were like driving down the road and he saw like it's not Pepperidge Farms. What's the name of that? Bob Evans. It's like Bob Evans has a real farm somewhere like in these United States. Where is it?
Southeast Ohio.
Yeah, and so the monster sleep, right? And Jay Peasy sees it and he goes, I'm going there. So he wakes up the monster. He's like, hey, we're going. He's like, what? And he's like, we're going to check out the actual farm, for this restaurant. And I for some reason, I don't know, call me a softie if you want to. But I think that story is amazing. Now, I wouldn't take the little seed there because, they'd be like, hey, man, y'all go out there and bale that hay real quick. But it's one of those it's one of those things where we're not going, but I thought it was cool that they went. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So, hey, man, welcome, young fella, man. I got nothing but love for you, brother, and your pops. I told everybody I got a man crush on your pops, man. All right, you got any more rundown news?
I have so much news because we haven't done it in a few weeks, so we can just go through a few of the stories.
All right, go.
Let's talk about this very small child that got kicked out of daycare for wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
Nuh-uh.
So parents drop her off. Now, she's a black girl. Parents drop her off, and then they say, the daycare called and they were like, we have to suspend your child because of this shirt today. What do you guys think? I feel like
Why?
Because they didn't like it, I guess. I'm going to just be honest. I'm assuming that these people are white who kicked out this black child for wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
All right, so I tell you what, I'm gonna speak up. I own.
You gotta be right about that. I mean,
yeah, no, I own a before and after school care organization, and Acres has worked there and helped me start it. Matter of fact, it's kind of her fault that I even do it, right? And Ron has helped in the whole deal. So if somebody came in with a shirt that I didn't like, I don't think we even care. Like, we're so busy doing all the other stuff. Like, what they're wearing does not matter. Matter of fact, right now, I'm worried about the spit and the and them pooping all over the place, regardless of whether they have a shirt on that says, "Make America Great Again." Like, I do not care nothing about that. Now, are we going to look at their parents funny when they come in to pick them up? Yeah. We'll be like, oh, yeah, have a great day. Hey, I need that check real quick, though. You know what I mean? Right. But the money's still the same, and so I'm not even going to trip on that. And so I really feel like that's kind of goofy. I mean, you really got to be tripping if you don't want folks' money. I tell you what, if there was David Duke Day and you got paid to be off, I'm grilling on that day. Everybody come over because I'm grilling on David Duke Day, and I'm where everybody's getting paid, so it's all good.
I will say, even as a teacher, there was one time one of my kids came to school and he had a Jaeger t-shirt on, and I didn't realize it the first day that he wore it because I guess I don't pay that much attention. And the next time he wore it, another teacher pointed it out to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything about that. The daycare said that they feel a child care environment is not a place for a parent's political views to be addressed or played out, regardless of race.
The only way I can find that valid is if anybody has worn any other political shirts to the school. Now, if they sent other kids home, which, that wore any kind of "Make America Great Again" or "Yes We Can" or whatever kind of T-shirt to school and they sent them home, then I agree with the policy. But if they haven't done that, then, I'm going
to push back on that as the ally that doesn't know the term dark web and say, is it political to think that a black life also matters?
But see, we talked about this earlier, Ron. There's a difference between the phrase and the organization.
Her shirt said, all lives can't matter until black lives do.
Oh, well.
Is that a political shirt? I don't feel like that's political.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm not sure if that's in anybody's handbook. Any school.
It's not.
Definitely not.
So as you as a parent, you know what you can do? You can take your kid out of that school and go somewhere else, man. Take your money. Because Jeezy has not been to the Vogue since. And I'm still by that. I haven't been to Vogue in like 8 years. So you just take your money and go somewhere else, man.
And Jeezy, at my 40, you know what I do? Like I see a student with like dope on their shirt or any goofy stuff. I go, hey man, flip that shirt inside out. They flip it inside out and we move on. I don't even trip. I don't make no big deal about it because then guess what? Every day they're gonna be coming in with that stuff. I'm like, hey man, flip your shirt inside out. Let's go. That way you don't get in trouble. And then like, you gonna get in trouble. I'm like, listen, I'm just telling you, flip it inside out. That way you don't get in trouble. And they flip it inside out, and we move on. You feel me? And so I think,
like we're in a world now where this information to me is not even news. It's not even newsworthy. It's like you're talking about a toddler with a shirt that got suspended.
It's happening.
It's happening, but what I'm saying is if this was 10 years ago, we would not talk about this. One of the first episodes of Heavy Hitters, we are not even discussing it.
Because we wouldn't have known it.
Now. Because everybody's sensitivity is so heightened.
I don't think Twitter was invented when we started.
What?
I don't think Twitter was invented when we started.
It was out there, but it's definitely...
It was.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You wasn't
I had
listening.
Twitter in 2010.
You wasn't listening. You was in elementary school.
I was in college.
Hold on, we started what 2013 moves?
Something like that.
So how old you run in 2013?
In 2013, I was 25. I was teaching.
Oh, so she might have been
insane.
I know. That's
Like
great.
a little puppy.
All right, run that news. Go. What else you got?
Yes. So let's talk about.
Give us something good. You like giving us all this slapstick.
I don't know what that means.
Speaking of slapstick, man, I was watching in the hotel this weekend. I was watching Three Stooges. It was amazing. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I want to talk about Joey Chestnut because he's like my favorite. Yeah, you guys haven't let me run that news since we were Vice TV.
I was gonna say that was like July 4th that he ate. How many hot dogs did he eat?
A lot. A record of 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Yeah, how many? 70 what?
75.
He's a man because he eat hot dogs.
I just think that the hot dog eating contest is disgusting, and every year I watch it anyway.
He's a millionaire because he eat hot dogs. Moose.
He eats shrimp cocktail too.
He comes here and eats shrimp cocktail. Can I say that I missed it? I missed his part. Like the women.
There's a refugee in the Ukraine that would love to be Joey Chestnut. It's just to eat the hot dogs, man. If we do it for sport.
You're stupid. So check this out. Like I watched the women.
Right? You'll say that.
I eat hot dog for life.
I watched the women, right? And then I went and did my laundry, and when I came back, Joey Chestnut was already done. And it made me mad. Yeah. So I taped a later viewing of it, and I still haven't watched it yet. I'm excited to watch him eat his 75 hot dogs.
So you say you taped it? So you had a VCR or something?
No, it's...
You put a tape in the VCR and hit your little two buttons to record?
I'm a man of a certain age, so I still say taped, even though I have captured it in the World Wide Web. I don't know what to say anymore. I just taped it.
You watch game tape. Like you ain't watched the game tape since the 70s. Like what are you talking about game tape?
That's so funny.
You watched the video.
I watched the video. So I captured it. I DVR. DVR, is that what you say? DVR. I DVR'd it, and I have not watched
the movie. I T-boned it.
I did not T-bone.
That's old too.
I never owned T-bone. That's silly.
I will say that his goal was 77 hot dogs, which he did not meet. He ate 75. Last year, his record was 74. And this is his 13th title for the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest that happens every July 4th. So
he's like won more championships than the Boston Celtics. He's won more championships than everybody, like 13 in a row. Like he is the best champion of all the champions.
Maybe we should have added him to the list earlier when we wanted to know whose run was better. Michael Jordan, Joey Chestnut, Marvel, Tom Brady.
G Peasy. For sure, Joey Chestnut's number one now.
Maybe number two.
Can you eat 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes?
No, I couldn't eat 75 hot dogs in 10 days.
I love hot dogs. I couldn't eat 75 in 10 days.
Because you got to eat the hot dog and the bun.
Yeah.
You got to dip the bun in they dip the bun in the water and they jump up and down to move this food down in their stomach.
Yeah. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. I love some hot dogs off the grill though, kind of burnt a little bit on the. That's the way I like them.
I could get down with a corn dog eating contest.
Hey, well, I got a question. I have something here. I have something here that's never happened before. I have something here that's never happened before on the Heavy Hitters Red Show. This is brand new. I have a suburban translation.
Stop it. Let's hear it.
A suburban translation because I kind of know, but I'm not sure if our fans know. Can somebody explain what gnarly means? And could you spell it? I think it starts with a G.
Gnarly starts with a G.
I never knew that.
It starts with a G like gnat.
Okay, so we have a suburban... JPZ, I'm so excited. So this is the first time we have a suburban translation for Heavy Hitters. I tell you what, JPZ, so this is a segment that we have where if we say something, typically we'll say something that is urban that our crowd may not know. Yeezy Jeezy. Can you say some urban words that sometimes we use that our crowd may not know?
Shouting.
Yes. What else?
We use now you put me on the spot, and I can't think of no words.
You know, it's very difficult because you're not in the flow of what's happening.
In the flow of a conversation, we just make up words.
That's exactly right. So
that joint is mad sick.
That joint's mad sick. That whole sentence needs translation sometimes, right? All right. So you said a word that I feel like some of our crowd may not know, but it's not an urban translation. It's a suburban translation. All right.
Yes.
Is this a first ever?
The first ever, JP.
Pressure.
No. All I need you to do is give me the definition of gnarly and the spelling of the word. Please.
Okay. Well, officially, I don't know the definition, or if there even is one. I think
it's surfer dudes.
GNARLY.
Okay,
we'll go with that.
I think there's an E.
GNARLEY.
That's what I think.
I go with that.
Is it a real word? Like, is it? I thought like
it's a real word.
With surfer, like gnarly dude.
Gnarly.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say was I don't even know if it's a real word in the dictionary.
That's what I said.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because it's a word that I understand. All right, folks.
What's the G in front?
Folks, this is Moose at Big House. Go.
Hey, I got a question, Moose.
Go.
How does a slang word that was slang get the G put in front of it? Like who idea would say, you know what, gnarly looks better with the G?
We already said that. We already said that it has. Go.
Pick me. Okay, so I just did the Google search.
It has rules,
JP
by the way.
was correct. Gnarly does not have an E. It's JNARLY.
It's J.
It is
J. That's not right.
Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
It's J.
G.
Did I say J?
You said J. It's G.
My whole life I've confused those in my brain when I say them. I don't know. It's GNA. Don't look at me like that. I know. I'm a weirdo.
How did G get involved?
Anyway, go.
Stop it.
Go.
I write it, but when I say it messes me up.
Go.
Anyway, yes, it is in the dictionary. That's what I wanted to say.
And the definition is?
What's Webster's dictionary?
The definition says very bad, such as very difficult or challenging to deal with, nasty or unpleasant, disgust, distaste, or gross. Or if it's a gnarly wave, then it's cool or excellent. So it has very differing meanings.
We talk about the opposite.
Correct.
Meanings. This is the ultimate slang word.
Definition 2 and definition 3 are antonyms, for sure.
So gnarly can mean like, yeah, this is horrible. And then also mean, gnarly means it's great.
This is amazing.
What kind of word is that?
When I fell and broke my arm, it was gnarly.
It was gnarly.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Right?
For the podcast, it was gnarly.
But then I did something cool. It was gnarly.
I like this. What this goes with it?
Yeah.
But when I think of the word gnarly, I think of surfer dudes.
Yeah.
Like a gnarly wave.
Yeah, they call it hang 10.
Hang 10.
Yeah.
To me, it's always been a word like I've always kind of associated with like a oh my gosh moment or a holy, you know what moment.
Holy pineapple.
Whether it's a gross thing or a cool thing or it's just like oh my gosh or man that's freaking gnarly.
And everybody's listening. Go. Like I'm with you on that, dog. They don't say dog because if you're saying gnarly, you don't say dog behind it. You go, dude. They go, I'm with you, dude, or bro. Yeah, for sure that happens. Because where I'm from, we don't say no. We say, man, that was messed up. They're like, for real? That's crazy. Same thing. All right. I tell you what. Hey, folks, this is Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You are listening live. We have been on for a solid 2 hours. Holy cow, we are going strong.
We turned to Joe Rogan in the speaks.
Hey man, I tell you what. Hey, this is Moose aka Big House. We got DJ 808s and Heartbeat. He's chill. No, excuse me. I'm Moose Cannon. I'm Moose Cannon tonight on the show. And then we have Yeezy Jeezy in the show in the house. We also have Run Ye. We have Run Ye Ye MC. So man, we're up in here and we have special guests all over the place. We're having a great time tonight. Man, we've done Run That News. We have also what else have we done?
Bruiser Reviews.
We've done Bruiser
I
Reviews.
thought about
Fontaine's Game Show.
Run. Your name should have been Run EME. But it's too late now.
It's too late now. Yeah, it's not happening. All right, so I tell you what, guys.
Were you reading Rumbo too today?
Are you ready? Like, are you poised for that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, folks. It is time for that special show that we have. The special segment. It's called Reading Rumbo. Go.
I'm going to pineapples before I even start. I haven't read this, but my guess is we're going to need to say pineapples.
Okay.
So here's the premise of Reading Rumbo. It is a children's book with very adult meanings. Okay? So today our story is called Would You Like to Play With My Ass by Gary Galvin.
Is that a donkey? Is that a donkey?
That's a donkey.
All right.
This may sound a bit crass, but would you like to play with my ass? My ass is big, my ass is strong. When you play with my ass, you're never wrong. My ass is firm, my ass is wiggly, but if it eats too much, it can get jiggly. That's real. My ass is best at show. Every time I bring out my ass, it gets a lot of dough. If my ass doesn't move, don't give it lip. Just give it a nice hard whip. Oh, it just keeps getting better. Sometimes you just need to give my ass a little kick. Don't worry, my ass is just extra thick. Same. My ass is tasty and sweet because of all the sugar it does eat.
What?
That's what it says. What it says, I'm just reading it.
Who is writing
this ass has clouds that are friendly. My ass is always running around with my pussy.
What?
It's a cat! It's a cat. My gosh. My ass is mild, but feed it beans, it becomes wild. Moose, why does your face look like that?
I'm not sure what to do with this.
Okay, well, ride my ass as hard as you can. Prove it, and you'll be a real man.
But there's a woman riding a bike, though. Okay,
Y'all's faces make me laugh so hard. My ass is washed and clean. If it was dirty, playing with it would be rather obscene. Done with my ass? Oh, gosh. Move on to the next thing that will make you shocked. Would you like to play with my big fat cock? The end.
We had a hand raise.
We're probably going to get
JPC.
When was this book written?
That's a great question. Let me tell you. It's honestly not my favorite that we've read so far. I think Spank the Monkey was my favorite. You should go back and listen. Hold on. It's on my iPad, so you can't just go back to the beginning, which is ridiculous.
So, folks, while she's looking up this information,
2017.
What? I'm kind of surprised. I would have guessed longer ago than that.
First edition was 2017.
I'm impressed.
Gary Galvin.
What's his name?
Gary Galvin. He's not the same that wrote our first ones.
Is that soon going to be in the category of books you can't write anymore?
Right.
Probably.
Like part of me wants to say, "Attaboy, Gary."
He's a very smart writer, but I don't think he's not gonna. He's probably done. Like he's got to retire at this point.
Right.
He has a whole series.
So you are very excited to read these then.
Yeah. Reading Rumbo is one of my most favorite things.
Hey folks, Happy Race Radio Show, man. You guys have been here, man. We if you were here earlier, we talked about the Powerball democracy, which I think is really cool, man. We had the one and only Monsignor up here, man, Jeffy Boy, and he blessed us with his knowledge of the Powerball democracy, where we're not running, we're not paying a bunch of money. And by the way, Jeffy Boy, real quick, I talked about that earlier to some people, and they said, do people still give money for their candidates, and where does that money go since they don't have to to make commercials and whatnot? Like, does the money still?
It's student government right now. I'm not sure that you don't have to raise a whole lot of money to run for student government, but theoretically, yeah, you could eliminate donations and all that stuff, and having to raise a lot of money because really your name goes in a hat.
All right. So
you get rid of special interest.
Yeah.
You said it gets rid of special interest.
Yeah, it's a lottery system, so the candidates, they don't have to buy a candidate.
So those guys are waiting to see who wins to put the money behind them.
See,
you know what?
When you're in a popularity contest, you gotta get your name out there and all that stuff. When it's about probability, money doesn't matter.
It would maybe make me happy if the money was taken out of it, because I've stopped going a lot of places because of who they donate to. Then I could still go wherever I want to.
Yeah, but that's the world we live in. Who got the most money, got the most influence.
I made a mistake. I made a mistake and went to.
What is it about politicians? Either you're gonna be one or buy one.
You made a mistake and went to Starbucks.
I did.
It's okay.
And
somebody brought me Starbucks yesterday. I was very conflicted.
When I go there,
what's wrong with Starbucks now? What happened? What they do?
So I am personally conflicted with Starbucks, and I have pushed this on some other people. Because do you remember, like 2 years ago? Maybe it wasn't even that long ago when they
bathroom.
Yep. So and then they had their 1.5 a day diversity training, and I thought, oh, that's sweet. They tried. I overlooked it. I continue to buy my overpriced coffee and spend way more money at Starbucks than I ever should. Then, when all of this stuff started and when George Floyd was murdered, they told their baristas, you cannot wear anything Black Lives to work. You can't have a pin on your apron, like nothing. And I just thought, I can't overlook both of these instances. It's too much for me. I can't personally do it. So I have stopped going to Starbucks.
All right, I'm going to play devil's advocate. As a corporation, as a company, a lot of your constituents are Pilgrim people. So if that's your target demographic, would you risk your business to affect? I mean, they playing the odds. They playing a numbers game. Either we can appease a few people and piss off a lot of people, or piss off a few people and make a lot of other people happy.
Does it piss off a lot of people to pick up your drink that you can't even go inside from someone who has a Black Lives Matter button on their apron?
You never know. I mean, you never know. So it's like you're playing a numbers game. As a company, I mean, everything's about numbers, man. Everything, reason why things change because the numbers change. I mean, it's not
that's what Michael Jordan used to say back in the day when he didn't get involved in activist campaigns, because he said Republicans buy my shoes too.
Yes, you play the middle of the fence. You play the middle of the road. You stay in the middle. You stay out of it. You just continue to profit. I mean, it's a business to them.
I mean,
now when the pendulum swings the other way, or enough of their constituents start saying like, no, then they change their tune. But until then,
They did. They changed their tone after about 2 days, but to me, it just
the backlash came from other people. It came from certain people. It was like, "Oh, y'all mad? Okay, well, then we'll go ahead and change our." But yes, I mean it's all a numbers game. All these companies that put the stuff out there, they test the waters first to see who can be mad, what's the numbers, and can they deal with it.
I mean, I get that. Me personally, I'm boycotting several things right now that I love. Starbucks, Advocare, Jimmy John's, Home Depot, but I don't love Home Depot.
If you do all that, if you took a history into all these organizations, you wouldn't be able to shop anywhere and get anything.
I just know that my dollar...
Everything comes from child labor, free labor, sweat labor, raise, all that stuff. All the people involved with that stuff at some point done some bad stuff. You don't get to the top of the mountain by being squeaky clean. You don't do it, especially like one of them big corporations.
That's fair. I just know at this moment I can control where I spend my money, and so I can control it.
Yeah, like I don't go to the bowl. So I agree. Moose made me go there several times. He was trying to trick me a couple times. Hey, just meet me here. I'm like, where? Just out here. Oh.
Out here in Broad Ripple.
I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I know where we're going. I'm straight.
Daggone it, JP, the rain got here, by the way.
Yeah, it's at my house now, too.
Yeah,
That's what my dog barked at earlier. It scared him. The house protector is scared of the rain.
All right, guys. Hey, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We've had an amazing talk tonight. Like I said, we started out with the Powerball democracy, and we went through, man, kind of a normal Heavy Hitter show. Man, we know that Breonna Taylor's the police that shot her up are still not brought to justice, and we don't know if they are going to be brought to justice.
It's been 114 days, I believe.
Let's put it out there. Some people think that they followed the rules. Let me put it out there to you. No knock warrant.
But what are the rules?
No knock warrant was legal. Like the whole.
I will say.
I mean, we don't know what's the actual rule is. Like we don't know the actual rules. Then
I will say too, there have been a lot of conversations, and there is some hard evidence that point to this gentrification project and that these police officers were going to kill her because they don't want black people in this area.
That's so huge. Is she the only black person in the neighborhood?
Well, so it was actually her boyfriend's apartment.
I was going to say, it wasn't even her house
because he thought they were an invader.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one who opened fire first. I mean, well, let's put it out there. He opened fire first because they broke into the house. I mean, I get that.
I'm going to open fire if somebody breaks into my house too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of marketing. That's the problem. People get mad over stuff like unless you know the actual rule. Like what's the law said? You can be mad all day, but if it's the law, if it was well within their rights of the law, then you get the laws changed.
Yeah, but she was shot multiple times, and even after she was laying down, she was shot in the back multiple times, and I think that is kind of the bigger concern with excessive force in this case.
That is a concern for sure.
Because yes, the no-knock warrant was legal. Yes, if an officer is fired at, they are going to fire back. That is totally acceptable, I believe. But I think there's a lot more to it than just those things.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Health Connection on it. He said several times that as long as it's considered a threat and it's moving, you are to unload the whole clip.
Huh.
He's a trained officer. So I mean, get that. We need to change the law and change, the way they're trained. That has to be changed. Until that's changed,
I think there's a lot systemically that needs to change in the United States.
We didn't even get to what's going on in Portland right now.
Right.
Unmarked cars are taking people off the street.
Can I tell you that I think that is terrifying?
Well, the thing is, again,
they're supposed to go to Chicago.
We talked about this. I talked about this last night with one of my friends. I was like, "This is the problem. We get mad, and if you're a Democrat or a liberal person, we always point to Fox News as like the bad news channel. But if you go on the other side, if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican person or a conservative person, you got to watch CNN, MSNBC. All other news stations are pretty much swing to the left side. So what they're not telling you about the whole Portland stuff is that supposedly they are picking up Antifa people who are representing Antifa. Those are the people that are arresting and not just picking them off the streets.
How do we know that?
How do you don't know that?
How does someone know that they're with Antifa to?
Well, apparently, based on what I've read, is that the FBI has been researching and came up with a list of people that has been seen in various different places causing riots and activity, and those are the people that are picking up off the streets in those areas, not the other peaceful protesters. But when you see it on camera, you don't know.
Are they still rioting in Portland? I didn't think they were.
They're protesting, and that stuff's still going on.
Okay.
But there are people out there causing damage and doing stuff, and they I guess have been targeted and labeled as Antifa people. They're not there for peaceful protests.
Okay.
And so those are people that they are picking up. They're not picking up Joe Citizen that's out there and just taking them off the street, as it's being portrayed on TV.
Right. Well, the scary unmarked police officers who are putting people in their vans, they're supposed to show up in Chicago also.
Yeah. All actually, from my understanding, it's all Democratic states.
Well, that I tell you what, that'll be very interesting, because especially go to Chicago, because they clap back. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Hey man, you listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
But Moose, you know good and well they're not going to that area and doing it. They're not going there. They're going to like Michigan Avenue. They're not going to the Wild Hunters or the South Side. They're not doing that. They're going to like where it's safe to pull people out. You know where to go. You know, like you came here to do some damage, you go to Carmel. And be like, yeah, look at these people. Yeah, you're not going to Hallville or the East Side.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure why you name Hallville in the area that might be difficult to manage.
Oh, it's not?
I'm just saying.
Oh, the East Side. Okay, you know what? 10th and Shaylin. Let's say 10th and Shaylin and Rule.
All right, hey,
you're not going there.
Hey, folks, I tell you what, man.
Unmarked cars.
Listen up. You listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. This is Moose Cannon tonight. Typically Moose, a.k.a. Big House. Man, we got El Jeezy and Baco, but tonight he's Yeezy Jeezy. Typically we have Run EMC, but tonight she's Run Yay MC. MC, and then we have DJ 808s at the Heartbeat, who typically is DJ Long Green. Hey, I tell you what, man, thanks for our special guest that hung out with us, man, the entire time. My man, you know what? Two of the three of my man crushes, man. JPC and Monsignor, man. The Monsignor has Special Olympics, man. Jeff Moeller for sure. And Jeff Moeller, it's a tie for first. It's a tie for first. It's not like you're in third place, man. It's a tie for first, man.
Moose, let me say something. Do you realize when people say, "Oh, it's 1A and 1B," they're still first and second?
No, I said it's a tie for first.
I don't get that. Like, it's 1A and 1B. No, that's really 1 and 2.
No. It's a tie for first place. Matter of fact, I tell you what, that coach from Wesleyan, he's out of the running now because I don't never see him. Seen him one time, so it's just like a 1 day thing. But these two, they're in, man. And by the way, they're pilgrims. Look, they're pilgrims, so you can tell I'm not racist. My man crushes are on pilgrim dudes.
Shocking.
Yeah. Anyway, go
I
ahead.
have a question though. If you're passing out medals at track and field for Special Olympics, and there's a tie for first place, do you give out 2 gold medals or do you give out 2 silver medals?
You said for first place?
Mm-hmm.
So for first place, they get 2 golds.
Okay. What if they're tied for second? Then they get 2 bronzes.
They get 2 silvers.
You drunk tonight?
And then
second place.
I'm saying if there's a tie for second, don't they both get the third place?
They both get silver. They both get silver.
You move the other guy up. You don't drop one guy down, the other guy goes up.
Oh, okay.
I said if you get in second
No,
place,
I thought you dropped down. I thought if there was a tie, you both dropped down.
No, so if you got a tie for second place, they both get silver, and then the guy that came in third place, unfortunately now him, the way they do it, he gets just patient. He gets third. He gets third. He gets third.
If you in third place, you get third place.
Yeah.
Even if you're the fourth person in third place, you still get...
because there was a tie for second.
It was a tie. So there's two.
I thought medals got skipped somehow with ties.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Either way.
There's no 1A and 1B.
I'm not doing that.
It's all 1 and 2.
Look, I'm not. You know what? It's supposed to happen, but I ain't doing that.
My crowd. People say, well, it's like 1A and 1B. No, that's still 1 and 2. Because who's the B in the situation? Guess what? He's second.
What if it's 1A and 1 AA?
They're still second. Who's a AA? It's second. You got to have a clear winner. There's no whoever gets a double is the second person. Always.
Hey man, I tell you what. Hey, Heritage Radio Show. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
Yeah, mom. Come on, I gotta eat.